Now, I know it's a new year, but I did just want to give you a brief update on the status of Christopher product. Unfortunately, it still is very much in limbo, which for me, considering I've always had tight hamstrings and was never particularly limber, presents a very precarious situation. But Brenda and her team have assured me that they are exploring different scenarios and calculating different permutations on how to proceed and maybe one day make Christopher product a reality. So as the situation progresses, I will give you the appropriate updates. But it's not about that now. It's a new year. I've taken the time to reflect on the tragedy that was Christopher product. Okay, I removed myself briefly from the daily operations of my salons, which was very therapeutic. I think it's safe to say that my talents are very real, but unfortunately they have a tendency to attract, fake personalities. On any given day, my salons are filled with these aspiring young cover girls, but unfortunately, sometimes the ones that, come through my doors are more easy than breezy, if you know what I mean. So it's always just good to get away from that atmosphere and reflect on what's important, you know? And, I'm a man of action. I'm not going to dwell on these things. What I'm going to do? Sit my flat all day and strum a guitar all melancholy like I was on the Juno soundtrack. A, don't have a hamburger phone. B, don't have a guitar. So even if I wanted to, couldn't do it. And C, I'm tone deaf. So what good would that do? Can't hear anything appropriately. That's my cross. I deal with it and I move on. Okay? And that's what you can glean or have been gleaning from these video blogs. I know the response has been enormous. 83 hits. It's on fire, but so that I cannot deny my innate optimism. I have to go forward and look at the best of the situation. When life gives me limes or lemons, I make aids. And where most people see a narcoleptic, I see someone committed to chasing a dream. And I identify with that person. When I walk down the street, I want people to say, "Oh, hey, there goes Christopher, the world's most, fashionable narcoleptic." So I just got to pick up the pieces and move on, and that leads me to where I want to be, and I want to disclose that. It's always been a dream of mine to become a knight of the realm. You know, um, you know how most little girls always fantasize about, their wedding day. Well, for me, I constantly envision the day where I kneel and get tapped by a queen. I fantasize about that like a little girl would fantasize about her wedding. You know, and it would be such an honor, and I reflect on what an honor it would be to join my fellow countrymen and artists such as Ian McClellan, Ben Kingsley, Elton John, Mix-a-Lot, noblemen who are most deserving to be among the pantheon of those great people and countrymen. So I think about, how am I going to get there? How do I get from A to B? And I've decided that I got to give back, you know? Um, so for my next venture, I have decided to start my own school of salons, but it wouldn't be a school, actually. It'd be more than that. I'm starting Christopher's Institution of Hair Learning, okay? Because, like the expression says, those who can't do, teach. And you know what? I found that expression is particularly ripe with irony because I literally do for a living. So see what I did there? I took that expression, turned it on its head, and I styled it while it was down there. So that's what I'm gonna do. And it wouldn't just be an ordinary beauty school. I mean, it'd be so much more substantive than that. We learn philosophy and see what we can glean from there, like Heraclitus. He once said you can never cut the same hair twice. So think about that, and it's going to be so much more. And there are going to be other lessons as well. The most important one is to be aware that what I do and what they want to do is a very humbling craft. Okay, no matter how hard you try, no matter how hard you work, there's always someone that's going to be better than you, and that's difficult to to comprehend sometimes. But the main lesson is that that someone is me. And that's the primary lesson that I want to import. That's the enduring moral of the story. So yeah, that's what I want to do. That's what I contribute back. So, and I want to bring you along on this journey. So what I'll use this video blog as a means to seeing how I get from day, to night, hopefully. So I hope you're prepared. I am. And so tonight, for now, toodles, but I will keep you abreast. So take care.